So I can try to log in. For example, here, all of a sudden you'll see it's actually going to send me a message to my email inbox for this site. There you go. I retrieved the code. And I'm simply going to enter it here. And there you go. I'm logged in. So you see, it's really a very, very high quality system that works instantly. So now I'm browsing. As a user, let's increase the size a bit. There we go. So now I can add leads. Look here. So this is very interesting. The forms have been added. I can edit a lead, for example, to change the information. I can also, there you go, delete it if I want to delete it. There is just been deleted. It's very flexible. So the application works, it's running, and I have all the relationships between the different pages and different projects. Look here, for example, regarding the project. Imagine that for this project, I finish this step, I move it here, so it actually changes the status. As soon as it changes status, you'll see that now, there you go, I can actually see the information. Here, in fact, the address is displayed, the progress of the project. Really, it's an extremely powerful, comprehensive system, and I actually have control afterwards, you see, to add things. Look, what's really interesting is that it added ASCII here for me. That's nice, isn't it? Really, that's nice. That's very interesting. Well, listen, I didn't even ask for it. So as a result, it understood that here today, we're actually asking if we want to do in-depth research on the project. And there you go. We can't really waste too much time just sitting and looking at the system. So I can actually even ask a question. And you'll see here I'm asking it which project or projects are currently blocked. So really, it's very interesting. It's searching the database to answer me, and I can see the details here in terms of projects. I can see the companies, the businesses that are inside. So all of this is actually quite a comprehensive system. I'd like to go back here to my interface. So still in the interface, and imagine now on the home page. So here we see the option to add a block. There you go. It's just to take a look. And so here you'll see that it's actually going to suggest recommendations for 2 blocks. In fact, for what I want to add, so I can add payment systems, I can adjust grids, media. There are a lot of things, calendars, for example, so that's very interesting. So I have a lot, really a lot. The possibility, in fact, to actually add information to this system. So imagine that here, actually, we don't see that being requested. Let's try to do something. Look, even here at the pricing level, for example, if I want to display this information, or if I take this as an example, it's really very, very comprehensive. That means that here, if I want to add this information and then, for example, I want to modify it or connect it, that's very interesting. So, for example, here at the team level, it asks me, what do you want? In fact, work on this block here. So I'm going to tell it that for this block, I want you to display the users because I have users, remember here. So there you go. I have them both in my database. So here in my database, I have the user table, and so I actually have these users with their avatars. So I'm simply going to ask it that here, in this space, I want it to display the users with their profile pictures. Here, 1, to update them so that they are real people who actually exist in my database. So right now, what I'm displaying here is static, but I want it to come from my database. And that's what makes the difference. And there you go. So here we're going to copy. Here is our prompt. So this is a prompt where I tell it to replace with the photos of our users who exist in my CRM and to replace the existing ones. So let's see what it's actually going to do. Will it understand what I want or not? That's the power of this system. I have a chat, and of course I have control if I want to handle it myself, connect the resources, create the content and actions, and even manage visibility. That means if I only want the users to be displayed for the admin, that's possible. So now we just let it work quietly. And there you go. So now I have the update with the users who are active, who have been detected as active, and who have just been displayed. Of course, don't forget to click here to publish the information so that it gets updated. So now, how do you actually change the information that exists on the pages here? So look, for example, I have the pages, but I can't change them from here. You'll see that there's a little button here called Page. When I click on Page, I take, for example, this page here. When I click, it automatically brings me here. It's always the same concept. I can simply click and change the information here, the content for each block separately. Of course, I can also add other blocks, and inside this block, as you can see here, when I click here, I have the option first to change the type of block. Do I want it to be a paragraph? Do I want it to be... There you go. That's a little bit about it. the design aspect, how do I want to do it, how to display the information inside. So as a result, it's very, very important to know, of course, how to adjust according to your needs, depending on the information you'll need. And you also have, of course, here there's a section called the theme section. When I click this, it's basically all the colors for the entire website or the whole application. So you can change them. Here are the styles, the design. So to make sure it's adapted to your logo, and here you'll see that there's not just the general configuration section. So here you'll see that you can even adjust things on the SEO side. So here I have the basic information about the domain name, because here there is the possibility, in fact, to even connect another domain to actually have a domain, for example. Here, instead of having this word, I can put, for example, Dr. Ferris here, for instance. So when you actually change the information here, it allows you to have a more personalized system. Let's say you can add, in fact, here are the details regarding your logo, for example, here. If I go back, I can go to the SEO section, which is very interesting. So here, for the robots file, if you don't want your application to be visible on search engines, you can, of course, simply hide it here. You also have the option to work on the integration part, because the system, in fact, it can be integrated, for example, with Google Analytics, with Google Maps, with Stripe for payments, and also with artificial intelligence. I can even, in fact, set up my agent here with the API. You remember here when we wanted to use the system and asked it to find information about your application. That's an old feature that's integrated. Of course, it needs what we call its key. So the key here is actually obtained directly from our account from ChatGPT. I come here actually to the API section, and I can simply right here actually generate a key and use it in another application. So here I can click here to, of course, give a name to my key later on. So the code that I receive, I can simply place it. Here then, the general configuration is very, very important, because thanks to this, you can actually have parameters for the entire application that will help me. So as you can see, basically, we don't just have the chat and the code to launch the prompt, but we also have direct control over the application to change, modify, and actually make the necessary connections. In fact, it all depends on the need. So you always have here the possibility to access the database, since the database, it's an internal database and accessible, in fact, throughout your entire application. Now we'll finish with the workflow section. Workflow is a very interesting part, because here I can actually add several workflows which can be automations that will help me, in fact, to improve and maintain my CRM. So you'll see that the system can already interact, as we mentioned, with several types of databases. And the workflow that I want to create, in fact, it has to start with what we call a trigger. So triggers. It's essentially the information that will trigger the workflow process. Sometimes, for example, I can connect it with Gmail, as we mentioned. Then, if I receive a request for information, I can record all the data, all the information. That's a use case. The same goes if I receive an appointment on Calendly, for example, on that application. The same applies to Google Sheets, Airtable. There are a lot of ways to do this. So for me, I'm going to choose to start with information from my database. So here, I've prepared a workflow that's still in draft mode. I'll explain it to you. So every time I add information, and especially here, I want information about companies. If I add a new company, so here I've selected the company table. This is to tell the system that if I add a company, then of course the system confirms it. Here there's a test button to check if it's making the right connection with the company database. So what will happen is I actually want the system to check the website actually. So as a result, it will scrape the website. So here, well, I put my own website into test, but what we should actually do is click here and show it the field where my database is and the row that contains the website. That's it, it's this field right here. So I want to tell it, listen, I want you to check this field. So what will it do? It will simply do what's called a summary. Now for the summary, I can choose a ChatGPT model or even Anthropic if I want. I'll pick the 4.1 mini, the fastest and simplest one, which is well suited for this kind of system. What will it do? It will create a summary of the content, which is the website. So it will make a summary, but of course I can also write a prompt here to tell it to look for specific information. Here I have a prompt to enter. I can ask it to select. What are the products that this company offers on its website? So here I have the freedom to write whatever prompt I want. For me, I'm just going to summarize, to sum up what this company does directly with ChatGPT. And be careful here, I will need to save it. So to save it, it will of course update the same row that we selected here, the one we added. And a very interesting piece of information is that here we need to give it the field so it can install the information. So in order for it to actually add that, we're simply going to come back here and add a new field to our database. It's going to be a field actually where we'll put the summary if you want. So that's very important. So now we're going to add this field. So we'll just call it there, the summary. There you go. So that's going to be the field. First, we actually need to take it back. So here it's going to be a long field already. So we're going to set it as long. Hockey. And there you go. So the training will be automatically placed there. So I save it now. We just added it that very same day. So if I go back into my system right now, or rather let's refresh the page together. Okay, so here, or rather right here, I'll just click here to add it. And now actually we need to find the specific field. There it is. That's the one we want. So it has just been added successfully. So that's very, very important for us to remember. In fact, working this way allows the system to simply activate the information and save it securely in the correct space for future use. This ensures everything is organized exactly where it needs to be. Of course, here you also have the option to perform several other actions. For example, I can connect with Gmail to send an email with the summary. I can also, of course, for example, use AI to ask ChatGPT which products I can suggest improvements or additional products from this company. So really there is a huge amount of information that I can actually generate thanks to this system. It's truly a fairly comprehensive system, and this is what we call workflows that are integrated within my CRM. Now let's go ahead and execute this workflow here. In the summary then, we'll say it, and on the side we'll put the information here that comes from artificial intelligence. This is the step just before, so we can test it. It works very well. So now the system, we can simply publish it, and then the operational teams can use it each time. In fact, when I add a company, I can already refresh and it will switch to active mode. There you go, and it's live, just imagine. Actually, the number of workflows I can create is really, it's a pretty powerful system, very comprehensive, and it can automate everything on my system. This is to prevent the user from having to redo repetitive tasks every time. And there you have it. We've finished creating our CRM application. So I would really like you to test it out. Try to take advantage of 200 free credits and let me know in the comments. What application would you like to create? If you have a great app idea, we can create it together in a live session. So just share your ideas with me. If I find an interesting or cool idea, I'll make a special video about it, live,